Hi everybody, welcome to Ecodriver. My name is Helmut. In this video I show you how to drive the Toyota Yaris Cross Hybrid in the most efficient way. This car has a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine with 68 kilowatts, 92 horsepower. The electric motor delivers 59 kilowatts and the system power output is 85 kilowatts, 116 horsepower. This is the all-wheel drive version. You can get it as a two-wheel drive version as well. WLTP consumption is stated with 4.7 to 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers, and as this is the hybrid, this car is equipped with the splendid HSD drive system, which is known for its seamless power transmission and low consumption. We are doing our 75 kilometers 46-mile loop. For all new viewers, I show it here. We start at the southern outskirts of Innsbruck, go out of town for about a kilometer, then starting with a climb, which elevates us around 360 meters, 1100 feet, followed by some rolling hills and a descent, an open road section, motorway, and at the end 18 kilometers of city traffic. After every section, we check the overall and sectoral consumption, and at the end we analyze the whole trip. The cameras will be on all the time, A, to show how I am driving in order to achieve a consumption which will be, I guess, somewhere between 3.5 and 4 liters per 100 kilometers, and B, to prove that there is no need to go slow to be efficient. Weather is extremely nice today, although it's rather cold. We currently have 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. The heating is on, so this will affect the consumption, as the petrol engine will probably run a bit more in order to produce the heat. But I'm still convinced we stay way below 4 liters per 100 kilometers. I hope you enjoy this trip and the scenery. I'll talk to you later. At the end of the hill climb, we have 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers. On the hills, I always try to play with the road, building up some momentum on the way down, and use this kinetic energy on the next flat or uphill road, just like a roller coaster. I also try to avoid accelerating if it's going uphill. On the contrary, if it's a short hill, I even slightly reduce the speed, and when it flattens, I re-accelerate. With Toyota's hybrids, you can force the EV mode by pushing the EV button. However, this feature is disabled within the first couple of thousand kilometers in order to protect the battery, which is the case with this car. This can be helpful if you know the road, or if you see you're coming to the top of a hill, or if you approach the descent, to avoid the petrol engine running unnecessarily long, and it's not needed on the way down, and the batteries will be charged anyway. And gravity is doing the job to accelerate the car. At the end of the hills, we have 6.0 liters per 100 kilometers. One thing I try to do is to make the petrol engine go off by playing with the gas pedal. Toyotas react very well on what the driver is doing with his right foot, so if you really want to drive efficiently, you have it in your own foot to make sure that the petrol engine is only running when it's needed. Especially here, as we now hit the descent and we really don't need the petrol engine to produce energy for the batteries, as this will be done by braking on the way down. This very descent of around 6 kilometers 4 miles is too long to store all the energy produced by the electric motor, but if you have a short descent, try to brake gently in order to stay within the capacity of the electric motor to produce energy. You will notice that the gas engine will start to support the electric motor for braking. This normally happens when the battery is rather full and when more braking power is required. We have here a 59 kilowatt electric motor, but as in regen mode, only about, 50 kilowatts can be produced. This means that if we are braking too hard, we exceed that power output and the friction brakes will be used. So you don't use the full potential of the energy stored in the altitude and movement of the car, and as a consequence, consumption of fuel goes up, because you don't have as much energy in the batteries as possible. At the end of the descent, we see here 4.2 liters per 100 kilometers. One good thing with this drivetrain is that on the way down, if the petrol engine is running and you step on the gas pedal, it doesn't use the petrol engine to drive the vehicle if there is sufficient power provided by the electric motor. Some other hybrids don't do that, and this is another reason why Toyota's hybrids are so efficient. .5 liters per 100 kilometers at the end of the open road. Well, this is a fantastic consumption so far, and we will see how it performs on the motorway. I believe the consumption will go up quite a bit as this car isn't the most aerodynamic. It builds quite high, but we see where we end up. On the motorway, we are restricted to 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles per hour for environmental reasons. At the end of the motorway, we have 3.9 liters per 100 kilometers. My guess that the consumption will go up significantly was right, although it has to be said that the battery was slowly charged as well, and this for sure contributed to that. But, and that's the good thing, we now have an almost full battery, and this will help us in city traffic. There it's important to keep the car in motion and avoid a braking and a subsequent re-accelerating. Even if we get back some energy through braking, it's less than half of what we have to invest beforehand or afterwards to build up speed again. coming to the end of our consumption test on the Ecodriver Loop with the Toyota Yaris Hybrid. When we park the car in here, just where we started, we see 3.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Well, that's not bad. And now let's have a look at the details. Okay, here you see the sectoral and overall consumption of this trip. And if you look at the consumption on the hills with 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers, 2.7 on the open road and 3.1 in the city, you can understand why I am a fan of Toyota's HSD system, as it gives you the opportunity to drive extremely efficient. I have done this test with the regular Yaris for my German channel, and this video will be translated within the next couple of weeks for this channel. And the 4.9 on the Motorway is quite a bit higher than with the regular Yaris. But as I said during the video, here you pay the price for the shape of the car. It's higher, more boxy, and this comes with a price. But still, 3.7 overall, that's an extremely satisfying result. If you're interested in Toyota hybrids, you can watch my test with the Toyota RAV4. And if you are generally interested in saving fuel, driving efficiently, and my videos, feel free to subscribe to this channel. And if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss any new video. That's it for the Yaris Cross. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.